Hello, y'all. Let's do a reading, shall we? I just asked the universe to just pull on some external forces, some external relationships, and let's see what happens. This is going to be outside of my viewer, coming toward my viewer. Let's see what happens. It is a wild card, wild tarot card, and open reading. So let's check it out. Underneath the deck is the Knight of Pentacles. This has been coming up so much in readings lately. It makes sense in a way because the Knight of Pentacles could be sort of related to wintertime, especially, in the Northern Hemisphere, it is winter. Whereas there's this slow progression, right? There's definitely deliberate move toward, let's say, the new year or spring, but it's slow, deliberate, and solid. Okay, excuse the dog drinking. All right, let's pull 3 cards. What does the universe have to tell us today from this Curious Travels deck? Oh, we have the 5 of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. She came up and she flew out. She flew out while I was shuffling, so definitely needed to get out in the reading as well. And Death. So we have the 5 of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Death card. Very interesting Death card. This does not come up much in my readings with the Curious Travels deck, which is interesting. So it's a notable pull when I pull the Death card in this reading. Interesting. Like I said, this is external forces. So this could be family, this could be love, this could be career, this could be some type of financial situation. This could be anything coming at you, not from you. I'm going to need some clarifiers here because there's so much. I just told you everything it could be, so the universe is being very vague. Oh, okay. So let's take a moment. I want to just mention this new deck that I got from Fabio Listrani. It's intense. It is very intense. So he's the same artist who did the Santa Muerte deck, and I love it so much, especially as a clarifier. But this deck is a voodoo deck, and man, it has some powerful images. Let me just show you some of them. It's going to take me a while to get a feeling for this, so I won't be doing any online readings until I really get a handle on it. But there's a lot of powerful imagery here that is so different from the Rider-Waite-Smith and any other deck. Really powerful. So I'm looking forward to that, but I know I mentioned it the other day, but don't expect it anytime soon. She's going to be doing some private readings for just until I break it in, until I figure it out. All right. Well, speaking of figuring it out, all right, we're going to, interestingly, I always feel like I need a larger deck for the Curious Travels clarifiers. I want to do the Light Seers. So let's clarify with the Light Seers. Let's clarify that 5 of Swords. Let's not forget to, I'm going to grab the deck again and put it up here. You've got your Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. Very important. Again, it has, like, the Knight of Pentacles has literally come up in, I think, every reading I've done in the last 2 days. The other notable aspect of the Knight of Pentacles, I think that's been explained from the original Thoth deck, is that the Knight of Pentacles really has an ambition to take the king's place. Yeah, in this sort of story of the cards. The Knight of Pentacles wants to take the seat at the throne. He cannot do that without the feminine energy beside him. So there is this element of the Knight of Pentacles always looking for their person in order to help elevate them to that next level of success. And that is unique to the Knight, particularly because it's the end game that is important. So like the Knight of Cups, it's really all about love, and it's not necessarily about the ambition. Wands is more of an optics thing, so they need that other half for optics, not necessarily even for that ambition or that success or that position, but for just so everybody else sees that, even if it doesn't exist. And swords, well, the King and Queen of Swords can, and the Knight and the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, they can be very much on their own. It's like they could, if anybody could be like long distance relationship, it would be the Knight or the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. It's very much this Lancelot situation, right? Yeah, you know that story. Right, y'all? Okay. I digress. Let's pull for the Five of Swords. There's a lot of, yeah, that's it. Okay, there's a lot of vague energy here. But we do have the King of Cups at the bottom. The Knight of Wands. The Hanged Man. The World. Ask for everything from the universe and you shall receive. I mean, it's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like if only you would change your perspective on something. It's kind of like, this is cliche and terrible and you're going to hate it, but it's kind of like what you're seeking, this external force that you're seeking, that you're watching tarot cards readings for, and that I'm pulling on right now, this external force that you're seeking, it's already there at the place that it's supposed to be. You're just not looking at it correctly. There might be, I don't want to get too specific because like, I feel like this could be many, many, many different things, like the right career or the right person, or I feel like it's already there. I feel like there's been you're taking for granted what you already have, when you could really use what you already have to elevate yourself to the place you want to be. I feel like you kind of already know this, but I don't know if it's just you need reassurance or you need a sign. If you just need a sign, this is your sign. What you already have is amazing. It's just maybe you've been a little too much in your head about it. Or you've been taking action in the wrong direction. What is the Queen of Pentacles here? It's kind of cool that I you know, I had just had that diatribe and the Queen of Pentacles is right there. So this is a desired couple, right? So what this reading kind of tells me is that, and the clarifiers originally on the Five of Swords really tells me that this reading is all about what you the difference between what you manifested and the external forces coming towards you that you manifested versus the external forces coming towards you that were meant for you. Yeah. So obviously the universe, not obviously, but okay, let's go back. The universe wants to give you what you wanted. But the universe is very accepting of whatever thoughts, feelings, actions, motivations, self-talk, self-love that you have. So you could write in a journal. You could literally write in a journal, 13 things that you want to manifest in your life. And that's great. And the universe hears that, but then the universe sees you smoking cigarettes, eating poorly, kicking the dog, ghosting people, not fulfilling deliverables at work, sees you looking in the mirror with loathing, sees you, not getting enough sleep, sees you and hears you speak poorly and question things that are happening in your reality. Okay, that also manifests itself. For those of you who are very powerful manifestors, you have to be careful with how you think. Worrying can manifest. The universe sees worrying the same way that it sees desire. And as soon as you figure that out, it took me a long time, but as soon as you figure that out, it's going to be a lot easier. The universe sees worry the same way that it sees desire. So if it sees you worrying, it's going to assume you want that to happen. And it might not happen exactly the way that you've worried, but something's going to happen. So be very careful how you worry. And if you're anxious, an anxious type person, get some meditation. I said meditation, not necessarily medication, but you do what you need to do. Definitely, this is not a medical advice channel, but how about try meditation if you've just, if you're not diagnosed, okay? And then if, go to the doctor and, okay. That's all I'm saying is there's a equal vibration with worry as there is with desire. The universe reads it the same. So don't worry, be happy. Humor helps. Lightening up. Not taking things too seriously helps. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles locked. Queen of Swords. Wow. A lot of feminine energy here. Got the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. This is not, I asked the universe for external forces. This is not external force. This is you. This is you. And I really just said everything that I need to say about this. Period. This is the power of manifesting right here. I think, the old saying of fake it till you make it, or those people who sort of are on, let's say on Instagram, renting Lambos and, 30-minute spots on airplanes so they can make videos and stuff. Listen, I wouldn't do it. But if you present yourself in a way it's similar to people who tell the same lie over and over and over and over again. It's pathological, but they start to believe it themselves. I don't love her, or I do love her, or I'm the greatest in the world, when really there's deep insecurity. If you tell the story enough times, then you're going to believe it. And you kind of pick up that same vibration. And we see this in the Queen of Pentacles, is there is a little edge of posturing. There's a little edge of a performative attempt, right? That's a lot like that energy on the rigid 747 or whatever, the small private plane. It's not a 747, but you know what I mean. Cessna? Do they make Cessnas anymore? Anyway, the Queen of Pentacles is very much in that energy. And I think maybe you're tapping into the wrong aspect of the manifestations. I think you've asked for what you want, and the universe wants to give that to you, but they can't until you've achieved X, until you've unlocked a different level. And that means you have to focus on yourself. So how else do I explain this? There's a lot waiting for you on the other side of coming out of the posturing, the grief, the indecisiveness, the anxiety, the worry. There's a lot waiting for you. I bet if I pulled another card from another deck that I'd pull Temperance. But I might also pull like a Pentacle 6 or 7. We've got the 7 here, but it's important to just keep moving. Just keep moving and don't get too wrapped up. Well, I do have the Queen of Swords too. Don't get wrapped up in this. Sometimes when we wish for something so hard, we just stagnate ourselves. And I think, well, of course, I've been there too. So when we wish for something so much and we put a weight on ourselves so heavy of this burden of manifesting whatever we think we need to have, or this desire that we have, it weighs us down and we're unable to move forward and sort of grow. It also keeps our vibration similar to that which we're seeking. So, for example, if we're destined for really big, great, wonderful things, and we set our sights at the manager position of our workplace, we're really weighing ourselves down. So again, with the manifesting also too, let's just, everything that I said prior applies about the worrying and such, but you also maybe dream a little bit bigger. Maybe have a little bit bigger manifestation, a little bit bigger dream for your manifestation. Because I feel like you've closed yourself off to really amazing opportunities because you have a small idea of what's possible. Like you could, for example, want to be a doctor and be striving towards that. Maybe your path does have like medicine in it, or that high level of education, or this pursuit to help other people and engage with the community as a healer. But maybe it's not as an MD or yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling you were meant for more. Take that how it resonates for you, but this is definitely about you. I'm sorry. I tried to pull just on your incoming, but all right. The external. Let's pull on the Death card. I get a little tongue-tied because there's a lot of power here. And also, like I tell you, every single reading, or I try to at least, that no reading is going to happen out of a vacuum, right? I'm not able to just pull the energy that's coming towards anyone who's reading this or who's watching this. in my reading because all card pulls are influenced by the reader and the time in which they're pulled. So no reading happens in a vacuum. Everything is a little bit biased towards my own experiences. It's going to take a minute. So let's tell some jokes. There was this duck who walks into a bar, and he goes up to the bartender and he says, "You got any grapes?" And the bartender says, "No, we sell beer and whiskey and wine and stuff. We don't have any freaking grapes. Get out of here." So the duck just sort of hops off of the bar stool, and he walks out, and the next night he comes back in and he says, "Hey, bartender, you got any grapes?" The bartender says, "No, I told you that last night. If you come in tomorrow night, I swear to God, I'm going to nail your fucking beak to the bar. If you come in tomorrow." I said, okay. The duck's like, fine. He jumps off the stool and he wobbles out. The next night, the duck comes back in the bar, and he kind of shyly jumps up on the bar stool, and the bartender looks at him dead in the eyes, just waiting. And the duck says, "You got any nails?" And the bartender says, "No. Why? Got any grapes?" All right. You've got 5 of Wands at the bottom. That was the cleanest joke I know. You're welcome. 7 of Swords. Damn. The Hermit. Damn. And the fucking Wheel of Fortune. Listen, this, I'm not a big fan of this much. I hesitate to say negativity, because there's no devil here, and it's not negative. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety in external forces. And I think that's why I really caution you about it, because whether you know it or not, the people that you focus on, or the activities or the workplace that you ruminate about, or the person that you really want, their energies affect you, whether you talk to them or whether you are at work or in the people's presence or not. Their energies affect you. It's like there's this energetic web tie, and the web can be one single solid thread, or it can be a whole intricate lattice work, but there's a web between you and the people that you care about, the people that you think about. And that energy is like a flow back and forth. So your energetic makeup travels to them and vice versa. So the reason I warned you about that anxiety and about worry manifesting itself is you're going to have to be the bigger person here. You're going to have to be the stronger person here. You're going to have to stop this energy transference of this anxiety, at least keep it from entering your mind, because between the Death card, the 7 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands, this person is fighting something. This person, place, thing, whether it's a career, they're fighting for their lives in terms of financing, or your company is not looking good right now. If I was pulling on a career situation, or maybe it's your boss, but let's just say, for argument's sake, this is a person that you're caring about, this external force. Maybe it's somebody who you're reading tarot, who you're watching tarot card Four. By the way, the bottom card is the Four of Cups. Let's just say it's a love reading. This person is a mess. They are fighting so hard against a transformation that is overdue, way overdue. They were supposed to make this transformation, have this death card manifest itself in a new beginning a long time ago. And what happens when we stay in toxic situations with toxic mindsets and we fuel that in that, that great analogy, we fuel that and feed that black wolf instead of the white wolf over and over and over and over and over again. This is just one big ball of anxiety, overthinking. It's an absolute disaster mess. And it's shielded by the universe. This person is protected by the universe, but they're absolutely blowing their timing. The timing is going to be really fucked up. So free will is a thing, people. So if they free willed themselves past the opportunity, that could be part of your anxiety too, is that you sense that. If you're sensing that this person is really going off the rails in terms of their destined path in life and their purpose, and what they're doing doesn't make any sense to you, then I get it, but calm your tits, because you're not able to help them by being in a state of anxiety. So try and be the much bigger person, even if it's just to give them that energetic channel, right? I mean, I do not really ever recommend self-sacrifice, but in this case, it'll help both of you, right? If you are a strong, powerful, confident, and have an energetic purpose in the cosmos, in the universe, this is going to help you, and it's also going to help them. In the meantime, like, if this is a love reading for you and you are waiting for this person, I would say absolutely don't. It's only hurting them. I mean that with respect, but it's a bit like this. You're putting this in an unrealistic setting. So do your life. Go ahead and do your life. Don't be like this. Do your life. Have a wonderful life. Do what you feel like you need to do. But enjoy your time on Earth. You would hate to look back, for the last 5 years and say, well, I was so worried over this person, and I was watching so many tarot card draws over this person that I kind of lost myself in my life for a little while. It's a bit like becoming a pothead for 5 years, because you wake up and you're like, oh my God, what did I do with my life? I mean, like, kind of my bills were paid and I remember a couple things here and there, but other than that, what did I do exactly? So it's, oh man. Just live your life. Don't, and whatever you can do, just be your absolute gosh darn best self. I want to pull one Crow's oracle card. There's a lot here, obviously. There's pull in a lot. I feel like, how, I'm not going to say it. Let's just say that whatever you came to this reading with in mind, in terms of external forces, whatever you had in your mind, there are remember how I was talking about there's webs connecting you and this thing, this person, this energy? There's a lot of webs on this energy out. It feels like they are, it feels like they're overextended. It feels like there's too many, for them, there's too many external forces pulling on them. So actually, my recommendation that you just live your own life, pull a little bit of your energy back if you can, just like, and how do you do that? You just kind of like, don't obsess over it. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about them. Just let them be themselves so that they can figure this out, because there's a lot of pull on this energy, this external energy. There's a lot of webs and a lot of that feedback loop. So they're getting currents from a lot of different sources. Whew. Okay. I swear, like, yes, make distance, make physical and energetic distance with whatever this is. If this is a career, you might want to take a couple days off, like, let's say that you're this is a pretty good example. Let's say that you, it's coming up around the holiday time. Let's say that you only were going to take off Christmas because you're so anxious about your place in this company that you only took off Christmas and you didn't take any other time off this coming week. And yeah, I would recommend you take off more than Christmas. Just separate yourself and your energy from it a little bit so that the energy has a little bit of a reset. And it's also about, understanding your value too. If you're deep in the mud and the muck and the energetic with all this other energy, you're lost, and you want to kind of rise above that. So let's look at distance in sort of all aspects of life, an energetic distance that you pull your thought and energy and emotion back to yourself, where it really belongs. You can't give yourself to anyone else if you don't have it figured out to start with. So I'm going to pull 2. Yeah. And I'm going to pull 3. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, there's a little bit of, okay. So I'm just going to show you this again. If you've made it this far, go ahead and like, because I'll be late for the gym. So let's say hypothetically that this person, place, thing, this thing, that the reason that you came to this reading, let's say that they are able to pull away energetically from these weighted energies that are around them, and they are able to go through this transformation and have this ego death that they need so desperately to have to find their purpose and to realign with those who really love them. Let's say that they are able to pull away from all of this and they submit to the timing of the universe. They're not going to be the same, and there will be you will recognize when it happens whether you're around or not. I think it will bring you equal parts of anxiety and satisfaction. And and I really must tell you, I guess, if the crow's deck is being so fucking obvious, that there's a really good chance that this person, place, or thing, this job, this love, this family member, this whoever this is, won't want you in their life anymore, or right now, or for a while. There's a pretty good chance of that, 50-50. So you got to be okay with that too, because what you really want for yourself is authenticity and is a true connection, right? So if it's your career, you really want something that's going to fulfill your life's purpose. And if you take that little bit of distance, maybe you'll realize that it's not where you want to be and you'll start applying for other jobs. If you take that little bit of distance from the energy of your person, of your who you think your person is, and the reason why you're watching tarot, if you pull your energy a little bit back and create that distance, maybe you'll realize, maybe they'll realize that really maybe that's not the person that's best for you in the long term, now that you have this new alignment. The crow's deck is really obvious. Like when we take these opportunities to grow and learn and get realigned with our soul's purpose, we take that risk. And it is not an easy change. Will it be abundant? It'll be abundant in something, okay? Life is always abundant, period. It's always abundant. We just have to look at the details. Okay. All right, y'all. Crazy reading. Thanks for sticking around, and have a great week.